Now, your documentary, Miners Shot Down, sets out to explore what exactly happened at the Marikana massacre. When did you decide you were going to document this?
Well, I had made a decision that I was going to make a documentary on platinum mining in the community next door to Marikana, the Bafokeng tribal authority, where they have been held as a model for black economic empowerment, a community-based ownership of the mines, turning their royalties from these big mining corporations into shares, and in their case, actually buying majority stakes, shares in one of the companies, turning it into their own, and looking at the pros and cons. And I thought, well, the strike this was a couple of weeks before the strike had emerged, broke out, and I decided, well, possibly a few minutes, a little bit of the strike story could get into my film, as it showed the conflict in essence over really who owns South Africa. And one thing led to the other, and I decided to do a film very specifically about what happened over those during that strike, the 7 days, which culminated in a very bloody massacre by the South African police.
What questions did you set out to answer?
I wanted to clear the confusion about where culpability rested. There was a very strong, dominant narrative emerging very quickly after the shootings that somehow these mine workers were responsible for their own deaths, that this was an outside group of agitators, so to speak, or criminals, a small minority who were in charge of things, creating mayhem and disorder, anarchy, and had no real demands, and were intent on attacking the police. After speaking to the workers, it became very clear that they had a very different narrative, and that narrative resonated with me, given my years of experience as a filmmaker, but also as an activist, that something was awry here, and that we needed to challenge this narrative, and that was what we set out to do. How well we've done that, we leave that to the audience to judge. But it seems from the many hundreds of thousands of people who've seen it, that the truth, there is a truthfulness which resonates from the point from the film, which primarily provides a point of view from the victims, from the mine workers themselves, the strikers, and their representatives at the Commission of Inquiry. And that can be testified to by the huge amounts of hits on our website, on the websites of TV stations that have screened the film, and the engagement, and the fact that I think the film's had tremendous impact.